Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. Time for another hero of Overwatch with Mei. Dr. Mei Ling Zhao was a world-renowned scientist that studied climate change in hopes of changing the world for the better. It is that hope that led her to Overwatch. Together, she and other scientists ventured to Overwatch Station Watchpoint Antarctica to study the changing weather. It was made to be a multi-year assignment, but things did not go well. After tragedy struck, the scientists sealed themselves in cryostasis to wait for Overwatch to rescue them, which ended even worse because, unknown to them, Overwatch had become fractured and destroyed. 9 years later, Mei awoke and discovered she was the only survivor. As she began to give up hope, Winston sent out a call to anyone who could gather into a new Overwatch. Mei, seeing this, decided to honor her team's lives by becoming a hero and continuing the work as a member of Overwatch. With her drone Snowball, Mei utilizes a collection of technology designed to freeze water molecules in the air. With this, she can freeze targets whole, build ice fortifications, slow down her enemies, and even shield herself with ice. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, as well as gathering spells from Xanathar's Guide, Icewind Dale, and Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. If you can't use these spells, it's okay, because the Player's Handbook has everything we need regardless. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are not multi-classing, so this will be easy. Make Intelligence 15, Wisdom 14, Dex 13, Charisma 12, Con 10, and we're going to be dumping Strength with an 8. You're a brainy hero, not a brawny one. Mei is a human, resourceful, gives you a free inspiration dice at the end of a long rest if you don't already have one. Skillful grabs you a free skill, grab Investigation. Versatile gives you a bonus origin feat. For this feat, Skilled gives you 3 proficiencies with tools or skills of your choice. For your proficiencies, grab Tinkerer's tools and the skills Survival and Insight. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and 2 more of your choice. For background, place +2 into Wisdom and +1 into Intelligence. For your origin feat, Tough gives you double your current character level in HP and then gives you +2 HP to every level after, and this is basically how we're going to get HP. For skills, grab Perception and History. To finish out your background, take a tool proficiency of your choice. Level 1 wizards start things off with 2 skills. Grab Arcana and Medicine. You are proficient in simple weapons and have the saving throws Intelligence and Wisdom. Spellcasting is going to give you magic. You have a spell book that will contain all your spells. You can prepare a total number of spells from it each day as indicated on the wizard level block. You will regain use spell slots at the end of a long rest, and Intelligence is your spellcasting modifier. You're starting off with 3 cantrips and 6 first level spells, and you can learn new spells as you go along by recording them in your spellbook. Ritual casting allows you to cast spells with the ritual tag as rituals when you don't have them prepared. Arcane Recovery allows you to recover use spell slots at the end of a short rest that can only total half of your wizard level, but can never be 6th level or higher. You can do this once per long rest. For your spells, Ray of Frost fires a beam of cold energy out to 60 feet, dealing 1d8 cold damage on a hit and reducing the target's speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Shape Water from Xanathar's has a lot of stuff to it that involves water, but for you, this will let you freeze water within a 5-foot cube solid for 1 hour. Mage Hand sends out your drone Snowball out to 30 feet for 1 minute, and now he can perform simple actions and interact with items, but can't attack. Ice Knife fires an ice shot out to 60 feet, dealing 1d10 piercing damage on a hit, and then explodes, and this will happen even if you miss. Each creature within 5 feet of the original target and the original target must make a dex save or take 2d6 cold damage on a failure. Mage Armor gives you an AC of 13 plus your dex modifier for 8 hours when not wearing armor, which is good because you can't wear armor. Frost Fingers from Icewind Dale unleashes a blast of cold air in a 15-foot cone, forcing a con save on everyone within the cone, causing 2d8 cold damage on a failure and freezing non-magical liquids. Chromatic Orb fires a shot out to 90 feet of a chosen energy type, choose cold, dealing 3d8 damage of that type. If 2 of those d8s are the same number, the shot also hits someone within 30 feet of the original target, making another attack roll and dealing the same damage on a hit. Shield adds +5 to your AC as a reaction and automatically stops Magic Missile for 1 turn. False Life gives you an icy barrier on your body, granting you 2d4 plus 4 temp HP. You can also upcast this to add more temp HP. Level 2 wizards are scholars. You can now double the proficiency bonus to investigation. For your new spells, take what you want. Level 3 wizards now have access to their subclass. Evoker from the player's handbook is going to freeze people solid. Potent Cantrip improves your cantrips. Now when you cast a damage dealing cantrip or a cantrip that forces a saving throw, you now cause half damage on a miss or a successful save, but will not have any bonus effects from the cantrip, like how Ray of Frost slows down people. Evocation Savant gives you 2 free evocation spells now, and every time you gain a new spell level, you get another free invocation spell. You now have access to 2nd level spells. For your evoker spells, we only have solely 2 ice-based spells we can have at this level. Ice and water don't get a lot of love in D&D. Rhyme's Binding Ice from Fizzbands fires an icy cold blast of energy in a 30-foot cone. Each creature within the cone must make a con save or take 3d8 cold damage and become frozen for 1 minute. While frozen, their speed is reduced to 0, and they can end this by using their action to break free, or another creature breaks them free using their action. Silok's Snowball Swarm from Xanathar's fires a blast out to 90 feet, exploding into a 5-foot radius sphere. Each creature within it must make a dex save or take 3d6 cold damage. For your new spells, Hold Person targets 1 humanoid within 60 feet, forcing a wisdom save. If they fail, your ice covers them, and they get the paralyzed condition for 1 minute while you maintain the spell. At the end of each of their turns, they may retake the save to end the spell on a success. Dragon's Breath lets you choose an energy type as a bonus action, you're taking cold, and for 1 minute while you maintain the spell, you can fire a 15-foot cone as an action. Forcing a dex save on everyone within the cone, you will deal 3d6 cold damage on a failure. Level 4 wizards earn our first ability score improvement, Raise Intelligence for better spell attack and DC. For your new spells, Arcane Vigor lets you cover yourself in ice and heal yourself. When you cast this spell, you can roll 2 hit dice and regain HP equal to the dice plus your intelligence modifier, expending the hit dice. Arcane Lock isn't really you, but I think you could do this. You target 1 closed door, window, gate, container, or hatch and freeze it solid. Until the spell is dispelled, this can't be unlocked by non-magical means except by you and your friends. I never used this spell and I really wanted to. Also, like I said, I could see you freezing a door. You also get a new cantrip here. Have fun choosing. Level 5 wizards gain Memorize Spells. Now when you finish a short or long rest, you can study your spellbook and switch out 1 wizard spell you've prepared. You also now have 3rd level spells. For your Evoker spell, Leomon's tiny hut creates a dome of ice around you in a 10-foot emanation from you. For 8 hours, this dome remains and stays stationary. No creature or object can enter the dome, and spells of 3rd level and lower can't pass through it. While active, you can stay comfortably inside the dome. You can choose if the inside is dimly lit or dark. It's transparent on the inside only, and you can only create 1 dome at a time. For your new spells, Sleet Storm sends out Snowball to create a 40-foot tall, 20-foot radius cylinder out to 150 feet. This area becomes heavily obscured with snow, and inside the cylinder is difficult terrain. When a creature enters it, they must make a dex save or gain the prone condition and lose concentration on any spell they are maintaining. Slow sends out Snowball to create a 40-foot cube out to 150 feet. Up to 6 creatures within the cube must make a wisdom save or begin to freeze for 1 minute while you maintain the spell. If they fail, their speed is halved, have -2 to their AC and dex saves, and can't take reactions. actions. During their turn, they can only take an action or bonus action, and can only take a single attack regardless of how many attacks they have. If they attempt to cast a spell with somatic components, there is a 25% chance it will fail as their hands shake uncontrollably. At the end of each of their turns, they may retake the save to end the spell on a success. Your character level 5, bring your proficiency bonus to +3. Ray of Frost now deals 2d8 cold damage. Level 6 Evoker Wizards unlock Sculpt Spells. When you cast a spell that would force a saving throw on multiple creatures in an area, you can choose a number of them to automatically pass the test and take no damage. You can choose a total number of 1 plus your spell level with this. For your new spells, Web fills a cube out to 60 feet from you with dense snow for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. This area is difficult terrain and is lightly obscured. When you cast it, it must be anchored on 2 solid sides or lay flat on a floor with a 5-foot depth. The first time a creature enters this space, they must make a dex save or gain the restrain condition. They remain there until they break free by using their action to make an athletics check against your spell DC, or having someone burn and melt the snow, causing them 2d4 fire damage. While restrained, their speed is 0, they have disadvantage on dex saves, and all attacks against them are at advantage. For your next spell, take what you want. Level 7 Wizards receive 4th level spells. For your Evoker spell, Ice Storm sends out Snowball and creates a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder within 300 feet. Each creature within the cylinder must make a dex save as the area begins to freeze. If they fail, they take 2d10 bludgeoning damage from ice and then 4d6 cold damage. The area within the cylinder is difficult terrain until the end of your next turn. For your new spells, have fun choosing. Level 8 Wizards earn another ability score improvement, cap off Intelligence. For your new spells, once more, take what you want. Level 9 Wizards learn 5th level spells. For your Evoker spell, Cone of Cold fires a blast in a 60-foot cone, forcing a con save on everyone within, dealing 8d6 cold damage on a failure. And if the creature dies from this spell, they are frozen solid until thawed. For your new spells, Hold Monster is an upgraded Hold Person, but now can target any creature within 90 feet, not just a humanoid within 60 feet. For your next spell, take what you want. We're actually kind of running out of spells that would fit with May here. Your character level 9, bump up your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 10 Evoker Wizards gain Empowered Evocation. Now whenever you cast a damage-dealing invocation spell, you add your intelligence modifier to the damage. For your new spells, take what you want, you also get your final cantrip here as well. Level 11 Wizards get 6th level spells. For your Evoker spell, Wall of Ice creates a solid wall of ice for 10 minutes while you maintain this spell. This wall is made up of 10 square panels, each one 10 feet. Or you can have this as a 10-foot radius dome. If the wall appears in someone's space, they must make a dex save or take 10d6 cold damage and be pushed to one side of the wall. The wall is an object with an AC and damage immunities and vulnerabilities. If a section is destroyed, a creature can pass through it, but the air in that space is freezing. Passing through that area causes a con save, dealing 5d6 cold damage on a failure. For your new spells, Investiture of Ice from Xanathar's makes you an avatar of ice and cold. For 10 minutes while you maintain the spell, you gain several features. You are now immune to cold damage, you have resistance to fire damage, you can slide across difficult terrain made by ice or snow as if it's normal, the ground freezes around you and becomes difficult terrain in a 10-foot radius, and you can use your action to fire a 15-foot cone from you, forcing a con save and dealing 4d6 cold damage on a failure to everyone within the cone, and any creature that fails to save has its speed halved until the start of your next turn. For your next spell, take what you want. There's actually a few spells we can start grabbing, but we're going to get them for free later, so I'm just going to talk about them later, but you can grab them now. You're now character level 11. Ray of Frost now deals 3d8 cold damage. Level 12 Wizards earn another ability score improvement, Raise Wisdom for better awareness and insight. For your new spells, take what you want. Level 13 wizards unlock 7th level spells. For your evoker spell, Udaluk's freezing sphere fires a blast out to 300 feet and explodes into a 60-foot radius sphere. Each creature within it must make a con save or take 10d6 cold damage. This will even freeze liquid solid and can trap enemies within ice. For your new spells, take what you want. Like I said earlier, ice magic really isn't big in D&D, and we only have a couple spells left. You've reached character level 13, raise your proficiency bonus to +5. Level 14 Evoker Wizards receive Overchannel. Now, when you cast a damage-dealing wizard spell at 5th level or lower, you can choose to max out all damage dice. You can do this once per long rest without negative effects, but if you do it again before you finish a long rest, you take 2d12 necrotic damage for each spell level, and this damage will ignore any resistance and immunities you might have. Every single time you do it again, the damage will increase by 1d12. For your new spells, take what you want. Level 15 wizards now have 8th level spells. For your evoker spell, Fire Shield is actually a 4th level spell, but we're now officially out of ice spells. This spell wraps you in either heat or freezing cold, your choice when you cast it. A warm shield gives you resistance to cold damage and deals 2d8 fire damage when a creature within 5 feet hits you with a melee attack, and a chill shield gives you resistance to fire damage and deals 2d8 cold damage when a creature within 5 feet hits you with a melee attack. Go with chill. For your new spells, we're done. There are no more ice spells or spells that will work with you. You can get control weather, but that doesn't really feel like you. So from here on out, you're going to customize to your heart's content and have fun with this. Level 16 wizards earn another ability score improvement. Let's grab a feat. Warcaster from the player's handbook is going to help you in combat. First, it adds +1 to your wisdom and then improves your casting. You now have advantage on concentration checks to maintain spells. You can perform somatic components even when your hands are full, and you can cast spells as part of your reaction when you make an attack of opportunity. This spell must have a casting time of 1 action and can only target 1 creature. For your new spells, take what you want. Level 17 wizards gain 9th level spells. Like I already said, you're out of spells to take that are really used, so grab whatever evoker and 2 normal spells. You're at the final milestone, character level 17. Max out your proficiency bonus at +6. Ray of Frost now deals 48 cold damage. Level 18 wizards learn spell mastery. You choose a level 1 and a level 2 spell in your spell book that has a casting time of an action. You now always have those spells prepared and can cast them at their lowest level without a spell slot. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can switch these spells out for another that is appropriate levels. For this, I would choose Ice Knife and maybe Rims Binding Ice, but you can choose differently if you wish. Level 19 wizards earn an epic boon. For this boon, Boon of Fortitude adds +1 to your wisdom and then adds 40 HP, which will bring you to average health. Damn wizards. Also, once per turn, when you regain HP, you can regain more HP equal to your con modifier, which is 0. Damn wizards. For your new spells, take what you want. Our final level is level 20 wizard, and you get signature spells. Choose 2 level 3 spells. You now always have them prepared and can cast them once without a spell slot per short or long rest. I'd go with Slow and Sleet Storm if it were up to me. You do you. For your final 2 spells, go wild. Hell, may I suggest Find Familiar at some point in this build for a real Snowball? I didn't take it because it doesn't make much sense for you, because Snowball isn't an animal, it's a machine. But make him a snow owl, I think that would be nice. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 8, Dex 13, Con 10, Intelligence 20, Wisdom 18, Charisma 12. Let's dive in. You're colder than cold. I'm old enough to know that reference. Your basic shot is dealing 48 plus 5 cold damage, and you're still going to deal half damage on a miss. I'm not even going to mention any more spells because you could make Sub-Zero jealous of all the cold damage you can cause. combos, but I will say you can target multiple creatures and areas, all while protecting your friends. You're so cold you can even reduce the speed of your enemies or trap them in ice. Finally, you have resistance to damage types and a total health taking the average of over 160 HP. Downside: 160 HP for a wizard is great, but you have an AC of 14, so you're not a damage sponge. Speaking of damage sponge, your health is from feats, not your con stat. You know, the same stat that determines your concentration saving throws? Now you know why I wanted you to have advantage on concentration saves. And let's not forget, you have a strength score of 8. You're not lifting very much. Between strength, dex, and con, may I suggest that you do what most wizards do and stand back. Far back. Hell, if you get a chance, grab the spell sniper feat and stay really far back. Time to find hope once more and become a hero. I'd like to thank my Artificer tier. Thank you Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, and Daniel Saftler. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.